So when you think about what makes Izzy successful is that he's usually the disruptor. He's usually messing up what people want to do with his feints and with his games. But one thing, the feints wasn't working on Sean in the sense that, yeah, Sean was biting on the feints, but Sean kept coming forward and Sean kept looking for counters. Sean was never discouraged. On the other hand, Izzy was discouraged from using some of his tactics. So here he's trying to play that lead hand game, trying to control the range. And what did Sean do? Well, he's going to throw that front kick up the middle. And so Sean was really helping shut down parts of Izzy's game with that front kick. And then look, he's going to do it again. And then the front kick is also disrupting the entries for Izzy. So when he tries to step in with that body jab, front kick there to catch him too. So Izzy's not the disruptor, he's the one being disrupted. And it's not just offense that shut down Izzy's game and flipped the disruption on his head. It's also Sean's defense and checking those leg kicks. Izzy's leg kick game is a big part of what establishes his dominance. Well, if those leg kicks get taken away, he's taking away that lead hand range control. He's taking away Izzy's tools. He's punishing him for stepping in with a jab to the body. Izzy can barely work with any of his tools because Sean is shutting them all down. And then I just want to point out how intentional that is. When he's teeping to the body, he's doing that on purpose. He's shutting down that ranginess of Adesanya's arms with his ranginess of his legs. See, Adesanya can't play the games that he's used to. He struggled doing this with Pereira because Pereira had a similar reach. And now he's struggling doing this with Sean because Sean's using his legs to cover that distance. You see how whenever Izzy puts that hand, Sean is kicking, closing that distance, punishing Izzy for using the tools he's used to utilizing to dominate these fights. And what's important is that he's touching them and punishing them for using the same patterns and the same tools. But what happens if he keeps repeating it? Well, now he's not just touching, he's going to sit down on the shot. So he felt that lead hand come out, he felt the contact, and then he sat down on a big shot. So now Izzy's tools aren't just being taken away. He's being punched hard for him. He's taking significant strikes. And then you got Izzy trying to force the same combinations through, and then Sean just shoulder rolling, getting out the way of that shot. Just smooth defense, bro. It wasn't just the offense and the counter striking that was giving Izzy problems. It was the fact he was in there with somebody who he couldn't touch like how he's used to touching people. That's also discouraging. And then Izzy's trying to get creative, use his footwork to land shots and find ways to get through Sean's defense. But Sean is just so smooth with it. He's still rolling away from these shots using his shoulder. I mean, that boxing defense is underrated. And then I just want to look at a great exchange here that shows the high level reflexes and defense in this. So Sean's gonna throw out that jab. Izzy's gonna try and pull and counter over top. Sean sees it coming, pulls barely out the way a couple centimeters. This is range control. This is experience. This is understanding of the game of inches to a high level. And so Sean barely pulls out. He may get grazed just a little bit by that shot. And as he's pulling out of the way of the shot, he's also loading up for that left hook. But Izzy, as he's throwing his shot, he also pulls out of the way of that left hook. And then Sean's also ducking down while throwing the shot. So this is high level kickboxing and boxing. For Izzy, it's more kickboxing. For Sean, it's more boxing. But this was a high level fight, and especially we saw how high level Sean Strickland was, and we saw how important boxing is. So hopefully this is going to, provide some sort of teaching moment in the importance of boxing and MMA, and the head movement, the defense, the parries, the footwork, the lack of wasted energy, or the focus on not wasting energy. Sean put on a beautiful boxing clinic, and so that's what you should walk away with this from, is looking at boxing with more respect from an MMA perspective. Immortality Serum out.